Hello, and welcome to the Blood Podcast Birth, Love, Experience, and Death. I'm your host, Stephanie Bushak.
And I'm your co-host, Matt Bushak.
And today we're going to do something kind of fun
Yeah.
because we've had like a really shitty last couple of weeks and we need something to break the ice.
Yeah. This will be funny, but thought-provoking too,
Yes,
maybe,
maybe.
perhaps. So we're going to play a little game called Would You Rather? I'm sure you guys know.
Yes, I'm sure a lot of people know what this is.
Would you rather have Coke or Pepsi?
Neither.
So,
Had a little flashback to the 80s there.
that was pretty cool, huh? Remember that?
Yeah.
They had little books that had Coke or Pepsi
Yeah.
and, like
And then
blonde or brunette.
yes, they had the people that would sit at the table with the little paper cups.
I did that once at the Texas State Fair. I actually did the taste test.
Oh, did you?
But me and my brother were watching them, and we noticed they switched each time. They just, switched from one to the other side, and so we purposely picked the side that was Coke. But we knew what side it was on.
I can taste that shit automatically. Pepsi tastes like flat Coke to me.
Well, that day the Coke tasted like black Coke too.
Oh well.
But yeah, that was our way of giving Coke a few more votes.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so we're gonna let Matt start off with the questions today. Go ahead, babe.
Okay, I'm going to start off with the easy one.
Okay, that's always a good way to start.
Okay.
Let my brain warm up a little. Let my two little brain cells start rubbing together.
Ding, 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 ding. Here we go.
Go ahead.
Would you rather have your inner monologue narrated by Morgan Freeman or Samuel L. Jackson for life?
Oh no! What? I love Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
He would get my ass motivated.
I mean, I think of him in Pulp Fiction, motherfucker, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would whip my ass in shape. So I'm gonna say Samuel L. Jackson.
And I think that would be hilarious too.
Now,
I like Morgan Freeman.
I do too. But Morgan Freeman, his voice would probably let you slide on some shit.
It would be more like a documentary almost.
Yes. Samuel L. Jackson kind of reminds me of like a military recruiter or, somebody that leads an exercise class or something.
He's one of those.
Yeah, he's getting your ass in shape. He's making sure you get shit done.
They're like, all right, turn up the bike. You're like, fuck you. I'm out.
He's like, motherfucker. Did you just tell me to fuck you?
Oh man, something about motherfucking snakes on motherfucking planes too.
Right?
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so my first question is a fun one. It's just kind of easy. Would you rather have a permanent clown nose or permanent clown shoes?
Okay. This is pretty easy for me.
Deep thoughts.
Because I want to be able to play basketball. And I don't think you can do that in clown shoes. But you can do that with a clown nose, even though it might be distracting.
Yes.
I think people get used to it.
That could be an advantage. Sometimes you distract people by yelling or waving your arms. Distract people by looking them in the face.
But sometimes you don't want to distract people either or draw attention.
Yeah, that's true.
What about you?
I would probably go for the clown nose too. Those clown shoes look really awkward, and I can't imagine trying to sleep with big old clown shoes on. I already have like a really bad back and hips, and I wake up every time I'm a side sleeper, and every time I turn from one side to the other, I already wake myself up with my back and hip pain. I don't need the addition of big clunky shoes to go along with it.
I love how we turn a clown would you ever into a what's more practical. Not like which one is less embarrassing or anything like that.
No, I'm past the embarrassment stage. I passed that up probably about 10 years ago. Now I'm all about comfort.
Okay. Here's an interesting one.
Yes.
Would you rather have dinner with your childhood self or your future self at 80?
Oh, that's a good one.
Because you
Um,
could like give advice to your childhood self.
yes, you could. And your childhood self would probably ignore you.
That's true. And you could take advice from your 80-year-old self.
But my mom was a really good cook. So if I went to visit my childhood self, I would get some of mom's home cooking.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Uh, yeah.
mm, that's a tough one.
Because you got to think about it. Because I'm hedging towards uh dinner with myself at 80, just to kind of see where I end up. But that may not be good either.
I know. Yeah, we're both having the same thought. I think I would have dinner with my childhood self.
Yeah, yeah.
And my childhood self may not take any of my advice, but the nostalgia factor alone would be good for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. And my childhood self was hilarious. So I would love to hang out with my childhood self.
Be entertained. Yeah, I think visiting myself at 80, I would be too curious about, yeah, everything that happened in between, and I don't want to hear any of the bad stuff.
I don't want to see myself like try to walk, or bend over, or
Yeah,
I don't want to see how bad a shape my body's
yeah,
in.
that's a good point.
Or maybe it's having dinner with yourself at 80, you're sitting in a graveyard.
Ooh,
I know that's
oh,
creepy.
that's dark. Picnic in the graveyard with your tombstone. Although I plan on being cremated,
It-
so maybe in the living room with the urn.
yeah, there you go, having the conversation with
There you
her.
go. With your urn. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't get much advice from that.
No, not at all.
All right,
Okay.
what else you got?
I have got, speaking of past and future,
Ooh.
would you rather travel 100 years into the past or 100 years into the future?
That's a good one.
Deep
I
thought.
think future.
Yeah.
I know what happened in the past.
Yeah.
100 years ago was like between World War I and World War II.
Yeah.
But and it was the stock market crash.
Oh yeah, that was
And
like Great Depression years. Yeah, this isn't a good time of
so
the century to be asking that
maybe you should do
question.
like 200 years.
There you go.
Let's go. Let's go.
We'll go
Ooh,
200
how about
years.
1,000?
Oh, ooh. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, if I traveled in the past, I would instantly die from something. I know I
That's true.
would. I would get some sort of plague or something would bite me and
Well,
I'd immediately get an infection
the
or
caveat to this would be you would be able to, survive it. Or you're
oh,
just
okay.
visiting. You're not. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. If I could totally survive it, I'd still want to go into the future, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I'm really interested to see what the future holds.
Yeah, where's the world go?
I'm all in the planetary and universe shit. I like watching things about the universe.
Interplanetary,
Yeah,
intergalactic,
intergalactic, planetary.
Beastie Boys.
Okay. So I'm really into that stuff, and so I would think 1,000 years in the future, we would know so much more about the universe.
Yeah.
Maybe even find God.
What?
Hmm.
Oh,
Oh wait, didn't we already find him?
I, yeah,
I mean, we can scientifically prove
yeah, yeah. Isn't
because
that
that's
what
important. Not really.
yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, okay.
Go ahead. What's your
Is it my
question?
turn?
It is.
I love this one. Well, maybe I'll wait. You know what? I'm gonna go a little deeper.
Okay, go ahead.
Would you rather know when you're going to die or how you're going to die?
Ooh. Oh, okay. I think I'd rather know. That's a tough one. This is some
I
deep ass
know.
shit, dude. Jack Handy. He would be so proud of us right now, reflecting on our lives.
Uh, you know, I think,
What would you do?
well, I think I want to know when I was going to die.
Yeah,
Because that way I'm a planner.
yeah,
I like to plan shit out. How I die can be a surprise.
yeah. My first instinct was to say how I died, But then I thought, well, in the scheme of things, that doesn't really matter because usually a death is fairly quick. Not always.
Well, and you'll definitely, if you pick, sorry, if you pick that you want to know when you're going to die, you're still going to find out how you're going to die.
Yeah, that's true. I'd be ultra paranoid leading up to the moment.
That's
Like
true.
every
Like,
little
yeah.
thing would be like, oh, there's a fly in the house. Is it gonna kill me?
Is that the thing? Is that the thing?
Is that the thing? Yeah.
That would be.
Slip and fall in the bathtub or something.
I'm not taking a bath. I'm not taking a
Right?
shower.
Right?
I'm not driving.
Nope, nothing. It'll all kill you.
Oh, ooh, heard that somewhere before.
Yeah. Okay. So would you rather be always sweaty or always hungry?
Sweaty.
Yeah, me too.
I can't not eat.
I know, right?
I hate hunger. I don't care. I could be sweating on people. They could be like walking away from me. I'm rubbing myself on all the walls and stuff or whatever. I don't give a shit. I gotta eat.
Yeah, I would be all sweaty because I've already like gone through menopause and been all sweaty before.
And like I play basketball, and I mean I used to usually have to bring an extra shirt and a towel because I sweat so much, and there's guys that like kind of hesitate guarding me
Yeah, they
because
don't
I'm
want
so
to accidentally touch you.
they don't want to splash of sweat. So yeah, I'm used to that.
Oh, Matthew.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, me too. I'd rather sweat. I hate feeling hungry, especially for more than, a few minutes. Okay, you're next.
Okay.
All right.
Would you rather have a personal theme song that plays every time you walk into a room,
Yes.
or a laugh track that triggers whenever you say something funny?
Oh, oh. I think I want a theme song every time I walk into the room.
Yeah,
That
I could
seems
see that.
really regal, dude. I love it. What about you?
I want the laugh track.
Yeah.
I mean, because I say hilarious things all the time and there's nobody
Yes.
around to listen,
Yes.
or people don't laugh because they're not smart enough to understand it.
I laugh at you all the
You do.
time.
You're smart enough to understand my jokes. Not everyone.
Yeah, well.
Not everyone has the comic intellect of the, this.
Is that what we're calling it? The comic intellect? Okay, I'll play along. Yeah, not everybody has the comic intellect to follow along.
That's right. Intergalactic.
So if you're not laughing at these podcasts, you don't have the comical intellect to follow along.
That's right, audience. This is a test of your comic intellect, your comedy IQ.
Yes. Okay. Let's see. So my question is, would you rather go a month without a car or a month without your phone?
Oh, oh, damn. You know
Yeah.
what? I would like to go a month without my phone. Now that's assuming that I have some kind of iPod player to play in my car.
Oh, yeah. I don't know to what extent or what boundaries are set upon the whole phone issue.
Oh, I would have some kind of musical thing to
Yes.
make CDs or something.
Yes.
Play my music. But
I
yeah, no, I would like to go a month without my phone and see how awesome it is.
yeah. I could stand to go a month without my phone. I mean, like, it would be good for me to go to a month without my phone.
That's it.
Now, would I
That's right.
choose that? I would probably go a month without my car, knowing me.
Yeah, well, you're kind of a homebody anyways. You don't get around a
I
lot.
love playing games on my phone, and I read a lot of Reddit.
You read a lot of
I
Reddit.
read a lot of Reddit, and when I'm not reading Reddit, I like reading articles and stories, and
Oh yeah, you
I'm a
learn.
reader,
I play
and
games on there,
yeah, I listen to my audiobooks, so
financial stuff. But I
yeah,
like to do stuff on my computer anyways.
yeah,
So I mean, I miss texting. basically.
Yeah.
The rest of it, nah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Here's another funny one.
Okay.
Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck?
Oh my God. Oh God. I think the horse-sized duck. At least it's a one and done
Yeah,
deal.
that's true. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
not.
can't imagine because horse have big ass fucking teeth. Can you imagine a bunch of little horses coming at you trying to chomp at your
You
legs
know
or
what?
something?
I don't even want to fight 100 ducks.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so 100 duck-sized horses,
Would be really
even
cute
worse.
and fun to frolic with and play fetch with, but I don't want to, if I had to fend for my life,
Look at all the ponies.
Attack of the Killer Ponies.
All right, that was yeah, that was the one where we need the laugh track because it was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Not.
All those comic intellectuals out there totally get you, babe. They
Yeah,
get you.
that
You're
was
good.
that was a C plus.
You're a vibe, man, as the children say.
Am I a comic intellect influencer?
You're a vibe. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, would you rather be a member of the Dunphy family from Modern Family
Hmm.
or a member of the Rose family from Schitt's Creek?
Oh, the Dunphys. Dude, Phil is so fucking hilarious. I mean, it would just be me and Phil all day long doing
Yeah,
puns. I would love that. I mean, I
that
like the family on
Schitt's Creek.
Schitt's Creek, but yeah,
Yeah,
Dunphy's my man.
I live the Modern Family, so I think I'd rather be in Schitt's Creek for a little while.
Yeah, that's that's true. We
That's my kind of humor.
yeah. No, that is
Yes,
no, that's a funny ass show. No,
it is a funny ass
I do
show.
love
That's
that.
my kind of humor.
You know.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Modern Family, but I feel like that almost hits too close to home.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's true. I am as funny as Phil, so
Yeah, you are. We'll just, yeah, that's,
I've got some dad jokes we're gonna do one of
yep,
these days.
yep.
We don't want to spoil you right now though.
All right. It's your turn for a
Oh
question.
crap.
Phil, I mean, Matthew.
Let me look at my question board here. Ooh, would you rather be remembered for what you did or who you were?
Oh, wow. What's the difference?
I think it's kind of like okay,
Because aren't you, isn't who you are what you did?
no, there's like people who've done like great things,
Yeah.
like Roebling built the Brooklyn Bridge.
Okay.
He's known for what he did,
Okay.
not who he was.
Okay.
He could have been a super nice guy that, would fight 100 duck-sized horses for people, but we don't know. We know what he did.
Okay. I think I would rather be remembered for who I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't, I know like what my strengths are, but I don't know that I've necessarily accomplished anything that would, I don't know. I think I'm basing it off of how I see my life.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I don't see myself being like a great inventor or somebody that was, I don't
Or
know.
leading an organization.
Yeah, or anything like that. I
Sure.
see myself as more of like I appreciate my one-on-one relationships with people, and I would hope that eh, that memory of who I was would be left behind with people.
That's interesting for me because especially when I was younger, it would have been for what I did. Excuse me. I was I mean I wanted to do some great engineering thing, even better than a wastewater treatment plant structure. Um,
What? You
I
can't get
know.
any better than that.
I want something that I
Wow.
feel comfortable with them naming after me.
Reach
And
for the stars,
the
Matt.
the Matt Bushak wastewater treatment plant does not ring very well with me. So but as I get older, um, and I start realizing how important and um, just giving relationships are, I'm starting to learn that the relationships are more important. So I'm like you. I would like to be remembered for who I was,
Yeah.
because I strive to be who I am. Strives to be a good person.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Yes.
I
And
want to be
so far,
known.
Matt,
I
you
want
have
to be.
accomplished check, check, check,
I want to be known for being funny.
check.
So that's who I am.
A plus, 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 plus. Like a Toy Story.
Yep, yep.
Or not a Toy
Yeah,
Story,
right.
a Christmas
Christmas
Story.
story. Yeah, Rafi turned in his paper and
Yes.
teacher was so
Yes.
happy with it.
That's how you are for me, baby.
Aw,
You're my A plus times a million.
you're sweet.
So is it my turn for a question? Okay. So, would you rather have the ability to fly or to be invisible?
Ooh, that's interesting. Let's see. If I was invisible, I could go to a lot of places.
You
But
could.
I don't really feel like there's anywhere I need to sneak around. So I want to fly.
I would too.
I mean,
Who needs a
yeah.
fucking car, right? I'm without my car
Exactly.
anyways
Yeah, there you go.
because I chose my fucking phone.
Stephanie's flying with her
So I'm
phone.
gonna fly with my phone. I wouldn't want to be invisible. I wouldn't want to like walk in and hear and see shit that I just was not meant to see
Yeah,
and
no
hear.
shit.
That could really fuck you up if overhear a conversation about
Yeah,
somebody that hates your guts or something.
yeah. No, that would be really bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I think being invisible is, yeah. I mean, if this is Dungeons and Dragons,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
being
yeah.
invisible would be
Oh,
important.
sure. That would come in
That
handy.
would come in here. Yeah.
But being invisible would not come in that handy in my life.
No, right now,
Flying, that would come in handy. I'd be like, okay, I got to go to Walmart. I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
I feel like I'm invisible sometimes, anyways.
But
She doesn't even see me sometimes.
yeah, well, I feel like I'm seen constantly, so maybe I should try to go for invisibility. Mom,
Yeah.
hey, babe, honey, hey, Stephanie, Steph.
You could disappear.
Yes, that would be fun for a day, maybe,
So,
but
speaking of fun for a day,
long term.
do we have any left? I'm all out.
I've got one more.
Okay.
Um, would you rather have hiccups or constantly feel like you're getting ready to sneeze?
Oh man, this may be the hardest one. Um, oh gosh. You caught me way off guard here. This
Yeah.
is truly
This is some deep
uh
shit, man, isn't
yeah.
it? I know.
I mean this is stuff that I wasn't expecting. Um, I don't know. You go first. I defer.
Um, I hate the feeling of like you're getting ready to sneeze, but you can't.
Mm-hmm.
But hiccups would hurt after a while,
You
I
know,
would think.
maybe you get used to hiccups though, because you kind of do sometimes when you have them. Okay, I'm getting a
Yeah,
hiccup.
I don't know. I think I'd rather, I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because the lead up to a sneeze, but not the satisfaction of the
I
sneeze. Oh,
know.
that's like keeping you right on the edge every
I
time.
know.
So yeah, I'd take the hiccuping. Yeah, both would suck.
I'm gonna,
So there was one more actually. Do you mind if we do one more?
yeah, go ahead.
Because actually we came up with the idea for this podcast. Was the first one we had was, would you rather
Oh.
lose a hand or lose a foot? and
Okay, yeah.
and so can I tell what we
Yeah, go
yeah.
ahead.
So I said I'd rather lose a hand because I can learn to do things, with my left hand or whatever, but I need to be able to be ambulatory. Stephanie said she'd lose a foot because she needs her hands, and I said, well, at least you'd be able to put your hands out and catch yourself when you fell.
Yep. Always prepared.
Yep. Anyways. Well, Steph,
Yeah, man. Hey,
you,
hey.
never mind.
What?
Hey, Steph, you know what?
What?
What, Steph?
What? Chicken butt.
Oh boy.
Life will kill you. Be good, kids.